Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome back to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach, and today I'm unboxing Meadow. Meadow is a game that, when I first heard of the name, it sounded like one that I would probably, hopefully, like. And then I initially saw the box art, and I wasn't as quite as into it, even though I generally seem to like games and boxes that have animals on them. There's just something about this one originally that just almost looked too realistic or too real. But yeah, after hearing more and more people kind of rave about it, I thought, well, maybe I got to give it another chance. And it looks like it's kind of similar to a Quadropolis, if you've played that, where you're kind of putting things out, and then you go that far in to take a card, or in Quadropolis you're taking a tile, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of similar or adjacent to like Targi, where you're kind of picking your spots there as well in a way. It's not quite the same, but a similar feel in my mind. But I think I've come around a little bit on the cover. I do like that it looks different than a lot of the other animal games where they're more kind of like if you're looking at the Tiny Towns or Everdells. I definitely love the artwork on those and whatnot, but they're almost taking on the role of like almost people in their games, which is totally fine. But yeah, having one that's a little bit different is actually pretty nice. And it kind of gives it more of a sciencey feel. So it looks like we've got the rule book here. We've got a bee on the front. We got the wing, antenna, and abdomen. So that might be important. I'm not entirely sure. But it looks like we've got, looks like a pretty well laid out rule book. I like when they've got the different rules out there, plus they have kind of pictures of the actual board where the rules are pertaining to. That is always one of my favorite things. It makes it so much easier to see what they're talking about. It looks like it's pretty well laid out. So hopefully the rules will be pretty clear. Yeah, it looks like we got about 15 pages of rules. And then actions in the player turn. So hopefully this will be a nice reference as we play the first game, or if we're going back to it and kind of not remembering exactly how things go, but have a good idea. It's always nice to have kind of a quick guide, quick reference. We got the card index. Ooh, this could be really nice. Yeah, I think this game has quite a few cards. Kind of like the Everdells of the world. Yeah, it's really nice if they have clearly laid out what each card does. We got one of the boards. This is a nice looking campfire scene board. Then we got a front and a back side. We got the timer there, I think keeping track of the rounds are turned. But no, this is, then we got, okay, so yeah, I thought that might be the case. So this is for a one player solo game, two player game, so I'm guessing, yep, we got two more for a 3 and a 4 player game. So we got 4 campsites set up there to roast some marshmallows, if we have the chance. Then we've got kind of the main board, I believe, where the cards are going to be laid out. And I thought that looked like they came out, so yeah, hopefully you punch these out. But yeah, I think those are where the decks go, and you kind of fill out, and then you're making your selections kind of like in Quadropolis. But no, that looks pretty nice. It's got a definite look to it. It doesn't quite, in my opinion, quite match the cover. It has more of like a map look to it, like if you were going in maybe a zoo or something. That's kind of what it makes me think of, maybe. And kind of saying where each type of animal is. But no, overall it looks pretty nice. Looks solid. And then it looks like we've got instructions on how to set this thing up here, it looks like. So I'll probably have to do that later. Looks like we've got a few of them. It's kind of some interesting artwork. I don't remember. It looks like it's a bit of a backpack. Then you got, looks like maybe your book or something, where you're doing your sketching. But no, I don't know. I think it kind of reminds me, and maybe it is. No, it doesn't look like it. Kind of reminds me of like a Vincent Dutrait look, and I'm honestly not the biggest fan of Vincent Dutrait artwork that I've seen. It's just got it's got some feeling to it that it just does not appeal to me. But I know a lot of people really love it. It looks like we've got a bunch of these tiles. Interesting. Yeah, I do not remember what these are for. But we got a lot of them. We got some of these animal tiles up the side here. Interesting. Yeah, at least it looks like they're all pretty clear as to what they are. They're all very different symbols. So hopefully that'll be extremely clear. It's always nice when the symbology is clear and you don't have too many things that look similar, where it's kind of hard to tell sometimes. Ooh, and then these look actually pretty nice. They almost give me an Easter vibe based on the colors. Not pastel colors like I would assume with Easter, but it's just something about mixed with the rest of the artwork in the game that almost feels like we're celebrating Easter here. But no, I think they made some good color selections here with the purple, blue, red, and yellow. And you got your compass. I'm guessing that's probably a first player marker or something. And then we've got the box. Ooh, we got maybe this is the first player. It's a Wanderer. I do like that. I like that it's printed on there. Looks pretty nice. Can't remember, it might be in trekking or parks that we have something similar to that. Similar look. We got some cards, which I think is a big chunk of the game. Getting your tableau of cards. See if I can get them open. So yeah, I think now that I'm seeing the actual art in the game, I'm liking it a bit more. I think there's just something about the cover. But no, it's kind of got that watercolor look to it, I think. I'm no artist, so I'm not entirely sure. But that's kind of what it makes me think of. No, these actually looks all really nice. I'm not sure if they're all different. I can't remember. It's looking like it so far. Yeah, it looks like we got a lot of good artwork here. And we got some scenery, looks like. Got a deer there. Got a little town space, swampy space. Kind of a field. Ooh, I like the different scenes that we've got going on here. Yeah. It looks like we got a lot of good artwork here. Nice. Interesting. I'm guessing this is more of the same. Let's get this open here. Okay, so now these look like they're repeating. They're slightly different bugs. It looks like they feed the different things. I think that's part of how this works too, is you kind of need to feed it with grass or whatever, and then this feeds a frog type thing, which is interesting. I don't know if I've seen that in another game. Something like that. It sort of makes me think of like a Seven Wonders Duel, where if you have one card you can kind of pay for another one for free type thing. It kind of gives me vibes of that. But yeah, here it looks like you've got some similar scenes. So I'm guessing I don't know exactly. They like come out at different times in the game and kind of set you up to be able to buy the later ones. But yeah, it still looks really nice. I'm not sure if these are. I thought there were ones in the game that you didn't want to open. So maybe I'll just leave these and find out in the rule book. But yeah, otherwise it looks like we got an insert here. Hopefully, with all the stuff in the game, I'm hoping it'll all kind of fit in here really nicely. It's always nice if the actual insert actually fits stuff. It seems like sometimes they make a nice looking insert like this, and then it just doesn't actually end up fitting into it very well. So then you end up not using that and then having to do bags or something. But hopefully this one will fit everything in there nicely. But that appears to be everything inside the box for Meadow. Yeah, I'm really excited to get this one to the table now. It's one that I've kind of, I think out of the games that I've had to unbox, this is probably one that I'm maybe most excited about. So yeah, I'm looking forward to giving it a go, seeing what my thoughts are, see if it, I think for me Quadropolis was kind of missing just a little bit of something. It's definitely a fun game, but yeah, it felt like I kind of was trying to do this similar things every time. So hopefully this one will be a little bit different than that. But yeah, if you made it this far and liked the video, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more unboxing videos or possibly videos on our first impressions of Meadow or some of the other games we've played, definitely feel free to subscribe. Otherwise, I hope to see you on the next one. And as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on those worms.